What is going on, guys? Baint from R8X Digital, a marketing agency built by a landscaper for landscapers. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I would start a lawn care business or landscaping business if I had to start over. So a little background on me. I started a landscaping business in 2019. And within our first year, we managed to scale to over six figures. Within our second year, we were doing 250K plus off of primarily just mowing and lawn maintenance, with also some bigger installations. And we were doing commercial and residential work for some really big companies, franchises, and like nationwide chains, as well as some local businesses. And I'm going to break down the process for you guys because I do live streams on TikTok where I do Q&As about landscaping, how to get into the industry, how to start your business, how to market your business, and stuff like that. And basically the goal there is to help people learn how to grow and scale their landscaping business. Now, the most common question that I get every single time is, how do I start? So I'm going to break down exactly what I did and the 10 or 11 steps that you might want to take if you were to go ahead and start a landscaping or lawn care business today. So preface, first of all, you're going to need experience, right? This is step one. If you don't know how to deliver a quality service, then you're not going to be very successful with your business. So what I did personally was I worked for another landscaping company for about a year, and it was one of the biggest commercial maintenance companies in my area. So they did a ton of like really nice commercial accounts. So I got to learn kind of on the best equipment with really nice accounts, and gained a lot of experience, gained a lot of knowledge, and was able to kind of pick the brains of the guys that were running the business and some of the managers and, operations guys that were there, and kind of just learn a lot about how they ran their business, how they structured their business, and also kind of get experience in the field and learn how to mow, learn how to trim, learn how to maintenance the equipment, learn about the trucks, the trailers, everything, and really gain the experience that I needed to go out and do it on my own later on. So if you don't have experience, I would definitely start there because you're going to need to know what you're doing, right? Some of you guys may have been mowing lawn since you were 14, and that's great. And if you already know what you're doing, then go ahead and get right to it, get out there, and start getting work. But if you're just thinking about getting into the landscaping industry, I would say getting experience is probably the best thing you could do. And even if you have a little bit of experience, being able to kind of see from the inside, like it's very different when you're working for another company if you're just there for a paycheck, right? If you're treating it like a job, you show up, you do the work, whatever. But when you're in that situation with the intent to learn, to absorb the things that are going on around you so you can apply that to your own business, the things that you start paying attention to and thinking about start to change and are very different. So working for another landscaping company for a little period of time just to gain experience, and maybe if you have the opportunity to pick the brain of the guys that are running the business, that can be extremely beneficial for you and give you a little bit of a head start as far as information and things and best practices as far as how to move forward with your business, and give you some ideas of how you want to structure things. So step number one is get experience. All right, so once we've got experience, I will say this. You're going to want to build up a financial nest egg for your personal use and for investing in the business. Now, landscaping is a very easy industry to get into if you have the financial piece covered, right? Landscaping equipment is pretty expensive. And new mowers, new trucks, all of that stuff with the economy and the inflation that's happening right now, all that stuff is very expensive, but you don't need a crazy amount of money to get started. And I'll break down some things that I would do if I had to start a new business all over again. But I would say that you're definitely going to want to build up a nest egg for yourself, because in the very beginning stages of your landscaping business, you're going to want to take the majority of the income and the revenue that you're making and invest it back into the business so you can buy the equipment that you want, so you can have reliable, trucks and trailers and stuff like that. It's going to make your life easier and ultimately allow you to grow and scale your business faster. So like anything, nothing that is profitable, nothing that is, really big was built overnight. So you're going to have to take a little bit of a hit to your personal finances maybe to get started. It's a sacrifice that, some people are willing to make and some others aren't, which is why I recommend having a personal income or a personal savings so that you can live off of that and be comfortable and not be stressed while your business is just getting off the ground, because it's going to take time. Now, on that note, I would say that if you're in the position where you're getting experience at another landscaping company, starting to put aside money into like a savings account for yourself, and also putting money into an account where you know that you're going to use that for your business to start acquiring equipment and stuff like that. That's something that I would definitely do. And something that I did was, while I was working for the other landscaping company, I had started to get equipment, got the truck, got the trailers. I was working with a business partner, so we were both kind of funneling our paychecks into starting our own business. And we started to get clients on the side that we were doing work for on the weekends. And we were working for the landscaping company, 4 days a week, and working for ourselves, building up our business Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it took 3 or 4 months of working 7 days a week, 10, 12-hour days to get it off the ground. And that was a sacrifice that we were willing to make. And we also were not paying ourselves anything. We were putting all of our money into acquiring new stuff for the business, marketing our business, and getting that off of the ground so that by the time the next season rolled around, we could go full time for ourselves and be completely independent and have our own business and just focus on running that. And it worked. So definitely having a financial backing is going to be important. And like I said, it's going to take a lot of that stress off of you, because you're going to be making money, right? You're going to be doing work, getting, new clients and stuff like that. But it can be stressful when there's not a ton of money coming in at the start, and all the money that's coming in is basically covering your overhead and your expenses, and whatever's left, you're investing in new equipment and gear so you can get bigger jobs, bigger projects, or maybe spend it on marketing so you can get more clients and stay busy. Having that nest egg is really important. And that's something that you can build up while you're getting the experience. And you can also acquire the equipment while you're still working for that other landscaping company, and kind of just slowly transition into doing things for yourself, which is something I would recommend. It's kind of hard to just jump ship. And you definitely want to work on building up your client list and building up your equipment before you fully jump ship. So I would say that getting experience, building up that nest egg is step one. Now, how much does it cost for you to start a landscaping business? I would say that if you have between 6 and 10K, that will be more than enough to get you started. I would recommend investing in a slightly used or used commercial grade lawnmower. Now, keep in mind, if you're doing lawn care and lawn services, mowing, which is something I would recommend because it's a recurring service and it's going to be easier for you to start to build up income for your business by doing that, you're going to need reliable equipment, right? So, the average like trimmer, weed whacker, weed eater, whatever you want to call it, $300 to $500. Okay. A blower, same thing. So, call it about 1,000 for like your basic equipment. And then maybe between 2 to 3,000 for a slightly or very used commercial mower. And I'd recommend going for a commercial mower because, at some point in time, you're going to want to upgrade. So it's just worth investing in something that you're going to use for a long time right off the bat. That's not going to need a ton of maintenance. And also, if you're using a residential mower, chances are that over time, it's going to stop being suitable for the types of properties you're going to want to do. So to save yourself from having to then flip that and buy another mower later on, I would just take the upfront money and invest in something that's going to last you a long time as far as the mower goes, off the bat. So call it 1,000 for, the trimmer and the blower, and maybe 2 to 3K for your mower, which leaves us with like 7 to 8,000 left to play around with. And I would take the rest of that and buy or finance, put a small down payment on a used truck, and maybe the same on a used trailer. So between that 10K, you're probably going to be able to get most of the essentials. Now, I would start by looking at Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of good deals on there. And especially if you can find something towards like the end or at the start of the mowing season, typically that's when landscape companies are starting to sell their old equipment and buy new ones. Now, there's a lot of stuff we can talk about in the future as far as the timing of all that and how it can actually be used for your business as like a tax write-off, and how you can finance your equipment in a way where it pays for itself, and then over time you can sell it and buy new equipment. But that's a topic for another video. But I would say between 6 and 10K, if you have that saved up, you can start acquiring the equipment that you need to get started. Now, again, to recap, the most important things there are going to be your mower and your truck. Those are the two things that you need to be able to turn the key and know it's going to start every single day, right? Those are the things that are driving your business forward, literally. And because of that, you need them to be reliable. So you can go get a shit box for, $1,000, $2,000, whatever, with a 200,000 miles, a Ford Ranger, whatever, but that's not going to serve you very well long-term either. Again, we want to make this investment in our business so that we can start to get you know, to the profits as soon as possible. So investing in good equipment off the start, if you have the finances for it, is great. But if not, use that 6 to 10K to start getting used equipment on Facebook Marketplace. Look and see specifically if there are other landscaping companies that are selling their equipment, because chances are it's been serviced, it's been maintained. And although it's probably got a lot of working hours on it, you know, it's not like a commercial, or excuse me, it's not like a residential or a homeowner selling the equipment where you don't know how they treated it, or, you know, you don't really know what kind of conditions it's been stored in and stuff like that. So if you can, buy things from other landscaping companies, because chances are they're just looking to get it off and get a little bit of money back. And you're probably going to be able to negotiate with them. And also, it's a great opportunity to network with other landscapers and talk to them about their equipment and why they're selling it, why they're buying new stuff, what kind of properties they do. And it gives you an opportunity to talk to them as well and kind of just, you know, meet face to face with some of your competition. But really, networking with other landscapers is something that's important, and we'll talk about that in the future. So yeah, I would say try and get a used mower and truck and a trailer off of Marketplace, and then maybe you can probably afford just get a brand new trimmer and blower. So that's how I would start as far as acquiring equipment. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is get a website made and set up a Google business profile. Now, if I search landscapers near me on Google, you can see that the first couple things are sponsored posts. So this is paid advertising. We'll talk about that in a second. But the first result that we see that's not paid for, that Google shows for landscaping services, is these right here. This is called the Google Map Pack. Each one of these is a Google business profile. All you need to set this up is a Gmail account. It is 100% free to make it. There's a lot of things that you can do to optimize these to set them up so that they rank as high as possible. If you guys want more tips and information on that, or if you already have one and you want help setting it up, I will have a link in the description where you can book a call with me, and I will tell you exactly how to do that. I'll walk you through the process and help you do it yourself. Same thing with a website. So if we go past the Google business profile, you can see down here, these are all directory listings. So these aren't actual landscaping companies, which means that this is a great town or a great opportunity for you to have a high ranking website that'll show up here, because Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, Thumbtack, these are all directory sites. And these are very easy to outrank if you have a good website. Home Guide, House, see, all of these are like not actual landscaping websites. So this is another like supply store, another sponsored post. Juniper Hill Landscaping. Okay, so we're all the way at the bottom of the page, and this is the first actual website that shows up here. So this is maybe not the best example, but you know, again, if you have a high ranking website, you're going to be able to outrank all of these places right here and show up number one in the organic search. And that is going to lead to a lot of clicks and calls and traffic to your website, and people in your local area that are searching something like landscapers near me. Like, this is what people that want landscaping services are typing into Google to find people that can come do the work, right? So keeping in mind that you want to build your website and have it maybe professionally done, like someone like myself, where we can use keywords and stuff like this and build it into your website to get it to rank as high as possible. And the reason for that is you're going to want organic traffic, and having a website and a Google business profile is really important because it establishes legitimacy for your business. Now, you want people to be able to type your name in on Google and have something come up, right? A Google business profile, a website, and social media, which we'll talk about in a little bit, are very good places to start. And, you know, word of mouth is great. That's obviously the best form of marketing. But if a friend tells a friend tells a friend, and then someone looks you up and there's nothing on the internet, you know, you potentially just lost a client. And also, a lot of guys are not doing this stuff right. And literally, like, this is my job right now. I run a marketing agency. I work exclusively with landscapers, and I help them run paid advertisements to get more clients, and also help them with their websites, Google business profiles, and everything related to their online presence so they can get seen. And it's surprising how little people know about this stuff and how much it can actually benefit your business with a pretty reasonable investment. So having a website built professionally is a great place to start, and a Google business profile, which again is free to make. You can do that yourself, but if you need a little help optimizing it, that's something I would recommend checking out. Those two things are great to establish an online presence and also help to start get organic traffic and people discovering your brand and your business so they can find you online. So once you've got those two things, your basic foundation for your online presence set up, that's when you can start to go ahead and get an LLC and a bank account. Now, I've talked about this before on my live streams, and there's a little bit of a debate between when the right time to do this is. You don't need to have an LLC before you start doing work. I want to make that perfectly clear. Same thing with the bank account. You are probably going to be getting started by doing work for family and friends, which is something I'm going to talk about later as kind of a strategy to get your foot in the door. But you don't need an LLC and a business bank account right off the bat. However, if you have the ability to buy one, LLCs are like $100. I'm in New Hampshire. All you have to do is go to your state website. Where I am, it's $109 a year to set up an LLC. Once you have your LLC, you can then take that, go to the IRS website, just do irs.gov, or search like how to get an EIN number, employer identification number. And what that's going to allow you to do is have those two pieces of paper, the LLC and the EIN. You can take those to your local bank, whatever bank you want, Chase, TD, Bank of America, it doesn't matter. And you can open up a business bank account. Now, what this is going to allow you to do is start to establish your business as its own entity. And that's very important because now once you have the LLC, you can write off your expenses, your truck payments, your mower payments, gas that you're using every single day. And that's going to add up a lot. Trim string, marketing, your business cards, your yard signs. So having a business bank account set up first is going to be beneficial because especially in the beginning, when you're acquiring all this new equipment and all this gear, being able to write those off at the end of the year during tax season as business expenses is going to save you on your taxable income. Again, I'm in New Hampshire. It differs from state to state, but there's a 30% small business tax. So having all of these tax write-offs is going to be extremely beneficial for you at the end of the year, assuming you do good, which you're going to if you listen to my advice and you start making a lot of money, right? So having those write-offs from the beginning is going to be really important. And also, people are going to ask you if you are registered with the state. I can tell you from experience that when we first started our business, we did work for some friends, for some family to kind of build up a reputation, build up a portfolio of work that we had done. And eventually when we started to get clients, it was kind of like we were doing smaller jobs, odd jobs here and there. And then eventually we got to a point where clients started to ask us if we had an LLC, started to ask us if we had a website. They were Googling us, trying to figure out more about us before they, signed the proposal or the estimate. And people will do the research on you. So again, it's very important to have a website, to have an LLC so that you're legitimate and people know that you are a business, you're in business, you're doing this full time. This is your gig. You're not just, some guy that's out hustling with a truck and a lawnmower, right? You want to be seen as professional. You want to be received as a professional. And to do that, you really need to be registered. And having an LLC is beneficial in so many ways. Not only does it protect you individually from any damage that you do, especially later down the line when you get an insurance policy. Basically, the LLC creates a separate entity, so you personally cannot be liable financially or with your own assets for anything that is done in relation to the company. So whatever the LLC is. And that's very important. That's a topic for another video. I don't want to derail that. We're already running at like 18 minutes and I got a lot more to get through. So that's a topic for another video, but I'll break that down in the future because there's a lot to talk about there. So we already talked about acquiring used equipment. If I had to start over, this is what I would do. I would get a truck, a lawnmower, and I would find one of these like ramp or like truck bed ramps that you can just put the mowers on, because probably this is a lot cheaper than getting like an 18 or 12 or 24 foot trailer, whatever you feel like you need. And also keeping your operation small is going to really allow you to get to the point where your business is profitable faster. And also for the ease of transportation, for the ease of storage and convenience, where you don't need to have the space to have an 18-foot trailer, 24-foot trailer at your house, at your apartment, whatever. This allows you to keep all of your equipment in one spot and kind of just be super mobile and really allow you to just like get places faster, right? Plus it's going to be better on gas mileage for your truck. You're going to save a little bit money there. And honestly, like if I had to start over again, this is what I would get. I would just keep things super streamlined, super lean, and not worry about getting a big trailer right off the bat until I started to do bigger jobs like mulch and stuff like that. And I needed some form of like bigger utility trailer. So if I was just doing lawn care and maintenance from the start, I would invest in something like this, and then eventually later on upgrade to a bigger trailer and also maybe a dump trailer. And as we started to get the work and demand for that, I would just acquire the equipment as you need it. You know what I mean? And you'll get a feel for this. When I started my landscaping business, it literally was like playing a video game where you get to a certain level and it's like, you need to unlock dump trailer to complete this mission. So it's like, okay, boom, you go get a dump trailer, you get the job, do that, and boom, now you have a dump trailer. It almost paid for itself maybe on the first 1 or 2 jobs, and boom, you know what I mean? Now you've got that and you can utilize that to get more business and advertise for those bigger jobs. So starting small, starting lean, I'd get a truck with a ramp or maybe a small trailer if you need it, or if you feel like you're already ready to take on those bigger jobs. Decent commercial mower, we talked about that. Lightly used or brand new trimmer and leaf blower, we talked about that. And again, sniping some of those off of Facebook Marketplace from other landscapers is a great place to start. So number 6, now you've got your equipment, you've got your gear, you've got your business set up with the bank and with an LLC, you're registered with the state. Now you need to get some clients, right? This is the important part. This is the hardest part, honestly. But if you do it right, it can be a little simpler than most people make it out to be. So I would start, and this is how I started my business again, is doing work for family and friends. And while you're doing work for them, document absolutely everything. Take a ridiculous amount of pictures, videos, kind of document the whole process of starting your landscaping business. And you're going to use all of those pictures and images later on to create your social media pages, primarily Facebook and Instagram. And I would focus mainly on those two. I haven't really seen people be successful by going too crazy on other platforms. TikTok is great, but you got to think about it. TikTok is such a broad audience. It's not going to be showing posts to people that are in your local area. Facebook and Instagram, you have the ability to tag locations, so it's showing up in more geo-relevant areas. So I would really focus on building up your Facebook and your Instagram to start. Facebook is also good because people can leave reviews, and a lot of your target audience, which is people that are like 30 to 35 and older, which are the homeowners, right? That demographic, that age of people, a lot of them are on Facebook and still use it actively. So building up those 2 profiles is what I would do with all of the images that you document during that process. We are kind of going through family and friends to just get your foot in the door. It's hard to get clients right out the gate. But if you have something to show for it, if you have a portfolio of work, it gives you a little bit more leverage, a little bit more legitimacy to then show prospective clients or like strangers that don't know you. It gives them a lot more trust in you if you have something to show for it, right? So that's what I would do. Start by creating your social media, Facebook and Instagram, taking the pictures from the work that you do for family and friends, and documenting all of that, using it to gain leverage. So again, leverage, get more clients. Once you start to do that, you can use things like the Nextdoor website. A lot of guys talk about how great this is. I personally never used it, but if I had to start from scratch, I would definitely be on here and posting about local jobs that you're doing. And basically the opportunity comes up for you to post about your services, and also people in your local area, like very local area, will also post listings for services and stuff like that they're looking to have done. Now, on top of Nextdoor, there's another thing that you can do, and that is go into community Facebook groups. So you can see here's an example of one, and there are people in here that are searching for like junk removal. These guys are doing a food truck. This guy's talking about stump grinding and tree services. So I would just start posting in these local community groups or responding to people that are asking for specific services. Or you could go into like a buy-sell trade group, and people are in there asking for certain services in exchange for, whatever. So those are 2 great places where if you have literally 0 clients and 0 money to spend on advertising, that's a great way to kind of get your foot in the door. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to cost you time, but you can get in here for literally nothing and start talking to these people that are in your local area asking for your services, right? They're posting saying, hey, I need a landscaper. Hey, I would like some mulch. Hey, I got this tree I need taken down, stuff like that. So it's a little bit of time. It's a little bit of hard work to go in here and kind of sort through the garbage and find stuff that's relevant to you. Here we go. Any legit landscaping company is able to do a spring cleanup in Barrington before the rain coming ASAP. Message me. See, boom, Steve Reynolds. I would hit this guy up and say, hey, so-and-so, I run a landscaping company based in Barrington, would love to come by and give you a quote. Boom. So see, something like this, literally perfect example of how Facebook groups can be beneficial for you. So that's what I would do if I had literally 0 clients. I'd hop in those, start networking, start replying to posts that people are making about services they want done. And on top of that, I would network with local business owners, and I would join your local chamber of commerce. So the reason why is because your local chamber of commerce is literally a meeting it's a group of local business owners that are in your area. So if you're a landscaping business owner and you want to meet other business owners, this is a great way to not only get into maybe doing some commercial accounts, but also businesses are like the pillars of communities, right? So these business owners probably interact with and know a ton of different people. They have clients that come into their stores. They have friends that are business owners, friends of friends that are business owners. At the end of the day, like, business owners know a lot of people within the community, and they also know other business owners that know a lot of people within the community. So networking is huge, especially if you want to start to branch into commercial work. I can tell you that all of the commercial accounts that I've ever gotten was because I knew somebody and had had a friend, knew somebody that knew somebody. So shaking hands, getting to know people that are business owners within your community is really important. So some Chamber of Commerce are going to ask for like a donation or like a monthly or yearly fee, a membership fee, whatever. It's going to be worth its weight in gold. If you have the money for it, I would pay it and join. Some of them are free. It depends on your area. You're going to have to check it out, do a little bit of research for yourself, but I would definitely look into doing it. Another way that you can network is with other landscapers. Now, I have created a landscape owners mastermind group on Facebook. I'll have a link to this in the description of the video. You can check this out. We've got almost 200 people in here. These are all landscape owners from around the world. We're talking about what kind of projects we're doing, talking about different equipment, different softwares that we use, asking questions, kind of just talking, networking with each other, bouncing ideas off each other. And this is a great place to come to really ask questions, get to know other guys, see what's going on in the industry, and stay up to date with everything, and really just kind of be in the know as far as what's going on within the landscaping world. So definitely come check out the Landscape Owners Mastermind group. Again, I'll have a link to that in the description of the video. You can check it out, join. It is private, but if you guys just leave me a note saying, hey, came from the YouTube video, I'll let you guys in. So this is where things get tricky, right? And we'll relay this back to the very beginning, where you're going to want to have a little bit of a financial nest egg, because in the very beginning, a lot of your money that you got coming in is going to be going towards paying for your equipment if you financed things, especially like your truck and your trailer. But also, it takes money to make money, right? I'm sure you've heard that before. You're going to want to reinvest. Getting things like yard signs, lettered trucks, and business cards is a great way to start doing some foot on the ground marketing. When you're out working, people are going to see you. They're going to see you at gas stations. They're going to see you at the red light. They're going to start seeing your truck around town as you're doing work more. And having a lettered truck, or having, t-shirts or yard signs that are out and about on the properties that you guys are servicing, gives people the ability to start to get an image in your head of, oh, that's that company. Oh, those guys, I see them around. I've seen their signs before. You can't sell something to somebody if they don't know that you exist. So becoming kind of omnipresent within your local area, you want people to see your logo, see your name, see you around, see you out working. And the best way to do that is to have yard signs, have a lettered truck, get some business cards, leave them at like local pubs, local, diners, wherever you guys go for lunch during the day when you're on job, stuff like that. Places that you frequent, if you've got a local bulletin board or something like that, drop some business cards off, leave them at local businesses. Anywhere you go, just drop a business card and see what happens. Trust me, I've gotten calls from people that said, hey, I found your card at like this restaurant you were at, blah, 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 blah. Was wondering if you could give me a quote for this. You would be surprised how often it happens, right? So being omnipresent and doing some marketing physically in your local area is also great. And the company that I use for yard signs, business cards, and stuff like that is called UZ Marketing. As far as yard signs go, I think they've got pretty much the best prices I've been able to find online. I will also have a link to this website in the description if you want to get some of those and check them out. So yeah, reinvesting into marketing and getting your business looking legitimate is super important as well. And once you start to get your foot in the door and you've got some work, you've got your steady clients, building up your mowing list is important, because now you've got that recurring revenue, recurring income. Now you can start to double down on marketing in your local area. And this is where you can start to do things like Facebook ads and SEO maybe. And this is where you can really start pouring gas on the fire, right? Once you've got your business kind of structured and set up properly, once you've got some clients, once you've got some steady work, and now you want to accelerate and get further and get more clients, that's when you can start doing some Facebook ads. Now, recently, my team and I released a software that literally allows you to do Facebook ads in 4 clicks. And on top of that, we have put together a library of Facebook ads templates that you can use that are the best, highest performing Facebook ads for landscapers that we found on Facebook. We've recreated them for you and given you access to them within our software. If that's something that you're interested in, I will have a link down in the description below. Book a call with me and I will show you exactly how that works and how Facebook ads can probably be one of the most profitable marketing strategies for your landscaping business. So doubling down and reinvesting and then rinse and repeat, right? So a lot of this stuff comes in waves. It comes in cycles. You build up your business to a certain point. Boom. Okay. Now you got to go hire somebody, get a new truck, get new equipment. And then boom, you got to start getting new clients to feed that new demand, right? Or to feed the new guys, keep them all busy. And you kind of just like, you go through stages where it's like, all right, you're right here. You get some work. Boom. We finished that up and now we've got kind of comfortable. We're ready to start pushing a little farther. Boom, let's get some more clients. Let's start marketing. Let's reinvest. And eventually, you just keep growing and scaling like that. It takes time. It takes patience. Like I said, you're going to have to be financially disciplined. And if your goal is to get as big as possible, as fast as possible, reinvesting into the business as much as you can is what's going to allow you to do that. On top of that, solid marketing and having a team behind you that supports you in that process is also going to eliminate a lot of headaches, save you a lot of time and stress. You've got enough stuff going on, worrying about managing your business, talking to your clients, keeping your equipment running and stuff like that. So if you're looking to have a professional handle that stuff for you, I literally work exclusively with landscaping companies and we get all that stuff set up and taken care of for them. So again, I'll have links in the description where you can book a call with me, check out the software, check out some of the other stuff we mentioned in this video. And yeah, that is pretty much how I would go about starting my own landscaping and lawn care business if I had to start over again. So hopefully you guys found some value in that. I appreciate it. If you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll make more videos in the future replying to those. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Again, if you have any questions or would like help with this stuff, go to the description. There'll be links in there where you can book a call with me. And yeah, I hope you guys got something from this. Best of luck to y'all who are starting your landscaping companies. If you've been in business for a while and you're getting ready to get started this season, it's April. I know a lot of guys in my area are getting out and getting to it right about now. So yeah, I wish you guys the absolute best with your business. Hope you crush it this season, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.